Happy Thanksgiving! It's November and it's time to talk turkey. We're going to do something today that every chef in training has to learn and master in culinary school, and that is how to roast a perfect chicken. And although the techniques are very simple, there's specific ideas, techniques, and methods that you need to follow to get a perfectly crisp brown skin and a moist, juicy meat inside. So I'm going to start today not with a giant turkey, which I think is a bit overwhelming. We're going to use a little Cornish game hen, which is basically just kind of like a little mini turkey. So we're going to get started on making a roast Cornish game hen with a delicious cranberry glaze. I'm going to show you just how to do it. So come on, let's get started. Let's start by chopping up some celery. The first thing you want to do when you're doing any poultry is to make sure that it's well seasoned. Carrots and celery and shallots or onions are a classic combination. Then I'm just going to roughly chop the shallots in half, and I have some of the wonderful little baby carrots that I don't need to do anything to. And we're going to lift up this little Cornish game hen and we're going to place this on the bottom, because as this Cornish game hen roasts, all the juices and fat will melt down into this and make it a delicious accompaniment for your Cornish game hen. Lay it right back up on top, and you always want to use a pan that's very close to the same size of your bird. Next, I'm going to put a couple of cloves of garlic inside, and notice I did not peel them. There's no reason to do that. And then all the aromatic herbs. This is what the best is. We've got some rosemary, sage is a classic seasoning for poultry. I've got some thyme and a little bit of oregano, and all of that goes inside the cavity of the bird. So once we've put all of that in there, then we need to give it a little oil bath. Regular olive oil works perfectly. You don't have to use the extra virgin, whatever your typical cooking olive oil is. Just cover the top of it, let it drizzle down the sides. You want to have plenty of the oil on there because that's actually going to help it brown. And then of course we have to use plenty of kosher salt and lots of pepper. And you should always salt this more than what you think. I'm probably, for this one Cornish game hen, going to use close to a tablespoon of kosher salt. Make sure you also season the inside of the cavity, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on our veggies down underneath. So we've got that, and then I'm going to sprinkle some coarsely ground pepper on top. And after it's all done, I'm sure you've heard about this, it's really the best thing to massage this into your turkey skin. So make sure you massage it all over, get the little legs, get the wings tucked in properly, and then we want to put that into a 425-degree oven, which is a pretty hot oven, but we want to sear the top first to get that nice browning. So we're going to pop that in the oven right now, and then I'll show you how to make a delicious cranberry glaze. Okay, now let's make our delicious cranberry glaze. A few simple ingredients will make that little roast Cornish game hen the most delicious thing you've ever tasted. I'm going to start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and again we want to do this over low heat, and 1 clove of garlic, very coarsely chopped. Put that in, and then we want to stir that around just a bit to where the garlic is slightly browned, barely browned. Burned garlic does not taste good, and we don't want to have to start over with that, so keep your heat low and slow. We're going to stir that around, and then we're going to add 1/4 cup of pure cranberry juice and 1/4 cup of honey that I've mixed with a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. You could also use a little nutmeg if you want to. That would be delicious with it too. Then keep it over a low heat, completely stir it to combine it and incorporate it, and after it's cooked down and reduced just slightly, take it off the heat, and during the last 10 minutes of cooking your bird, baste this twice, once every 5 minutes right before you take the bird out. It'll take about 25 to 30 minutes depending on the size of the Cornish game hen. Then when you pull it out of the oven, let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes covered with a piece of foil so all the juices can go back inside and be delicious and wonderful for you to serve. And that's as easy as making the glaze for the Cornish game hens. Now you've mastered the technique of roasting a Cornish game hen. You can use it on any poultry whatsoever. You're going to be proud to put that little Cornish game hen on your Thanksgiving table, served with that delicious cranberry glaze. I hope you've had fun today. I've loved showing you how to do this, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the Kid Chef Kitchen. Thanks so much for joining us today.